let's talk about hip external rotation, positional isometrics. Now we use a positional isometric to close the gap between a passive and active range of motion. So our passive range of motion is what I can passively lift that hip into. Our active range of motion is, does it stay there when I let go? If you find that you bring that up passively and it falls back to about here, we then do positional isometrics to close that gap between our passive and active range. So this doesn't give us more range of motion, it just closes the gap between those two things. So, and how we do that is it's still a pales and rails contraction, except our rails contraction is more of an overcoming isometric because we're doing that rails against an immovable object. So I'm just going to demo this from a 90-90 position. You need to find where your active range of motion is. So I can still get a bit of a lift here. So I'll come a little bit further in to where I can't lift. So this is the end of my active range of motion. If it's down here, it's too much. So I have to find the end of my active range of motion, not my passive range of motion. So that's about here. So I'm going to place an immovable object. So I've got a nice heavy ankle weight here. So then I can do my rails contraction against this. We don't need to hold the stretch. We're not trying to get more range of motion. So we can go straight into our pales and rails contraction. So we want to, first of all, bow the stretch. Find that stretch in the hip capsule. Take a couple of breaths in and out. Relax the breathing. And then without losing that stretch in the hip, we're going to do our pales contraction first of driving that foot down into the floor. So I'm trying to effectively drive the foot down further into the floor. Nice strong effort. I'll tend to use a 30-second timer to really drive up the intensity for that 30-second contraction. After the 30 seconds pales, we go straight into a 30 seconds rails contraction, and that is me trying to lift my foot up towards my face, but I can't because this is an immovable object and it's holding my leg in position. So then I do my 30 seconds rails of trying to lift that up. You still want that nice amount of full body tension, really giving it everything you've got. So pales is driving it down, rails is driving it up. When I've closed the gap and I get, say, more of a lift here, I can then come a bit further, deeper into that stretch, closer towards my active range of motion, and I can do another set here. So say I did some sets here to close the gap here, and now I can get a lift off here. I'll just come closer into that stretch, and as time goes on, close that gap slowly between our passive to active range of motion. So that's positional isometrics for hip external rotation.